Hello, welcome to this edition of Window Wisdom with Tamara, where I sit in my window, and I try to share something wise with you. I will be so glad when school is done. It's not what the subject of our discussion is, but Charlotte has a iPhone, and she has been texting me. She's outside playing while Kevin's working outside, and she just keeps texting me like little random things. It's kind of cute, also slightly annoying at the same time. But I'll be so glad when school is done. Today has just been such a struggle to get her to focus. And last week I let some work slide for the week with the anticipation of having some rainy days in the forecast, and I thought, oh no, we'll just enjoy these beautiful sunny days. And so we didn't finish some schoolwork, so we need to get caught up from last week. And it was another nice day. Like, it rained this morning and it cleared up, and there was no more rain in the forecast. It's been really odd. Anyway, it did cool down quite a bit, and she just asked me to go in the pool. I'm like, girl, it's 70 degrees outside. I'm not going in the pool. But anyway, I think we're going to cook our dinner over the fire, in the fire ring. So I'm here because in another episode of Trail Talk with Tamara, I mentioned something about excuses, and I just wanted to build on that topic a little bit and discuss some of the common excuses that can interrupt our success on our health and wellness journey. So if you haven't watched that episode, I just basically encouraged you to identify. There was a quote involved, and the quote said, you can either have in a month, you can look back on a month of successes, or a month from now, you can look back on a month of excuses, and you get to choose which one it is. I want success, and I really, maybe not so much success, but I want to look back and I want to see a month of progress. That's what I want. And I'm going to tackle June that way. May was Do What You Say May. And this last week, I've been so busy getting the coaching business kind of launched and off the ground and set up. And I've just been distracted by that. So I haven't really, it is a big part of my Do What I Say May promise to myself, was that I was going to soft launch the opportunity to work with me as a coaching client. So I've been working on that. And those of you who are seeing this video, you may or may not be aware that that's something that I'm doing. And if you're not aware, please feel free to email me about it, and I can give you some more details. But on a daily basis, I have been about my Maysays. I've also been kind of about my food. I have some improvement to do. And I don't want to look back on June and have another month where I wished I had done more. So I have excuses, and I'm tired of them. I need to get over them. But I wanted to talk about the excuses that some of us make when it comes to making changes in our lives. I think a big one is I don't know how, or I don't know where to start. That can keep you from doing anything and keep you where you are. And so one thing that I have loved about WW or Weight Watchers is they help you know where to start. And if you want to start a health and wellness journey, the biggest component of your health and wellness journey is going to be managing your relationship with food. You cannot out-exercise a bad diet. You need to work on the mindset that you have towards food. So if you don't know where to start, that's what I suggest. You start with food. It is the simplest and easiest change that you can make. And WW, through their point system, guides you to make food within the parameters of a budget, basically. Another excuse I've heard is eating healthy is too expensive, or I don't have the money to join Weight Watchers. And although I do encourage the use of their programs, and it's because of their tools that I found the success that I have, I do understand, especially during these hard economic times, that utilizing or paying for their services can be a challenge. Charlotte just came in the house. And so there are some other options out there. MyFitnessPal is free. You can use that and you can count your calories.
Hello.
Hi, sweetheart.
Like my top?
I do love your top. It's very cheerful.
I was asking everybody else.
Oh.
Who's watching this video?
Okay, you can ask him. Charlotte just got some new clothes in the mail. Her red top has white flowers on it. Oh.
No, these.
Keep your belly covered.
Excuse me.
And she's got some new jean shorts. So
and
she got
I'm
some.
going in the pool.
You are?
Yeah, and the pool's cleared up, and Dad said I can. So
okay.
could you please help me with my necklace?
I will. You're gonna have to find a swimsuit. Go upstairs and find a suit.
Hello. Hi. Hello.
Hello. They'll say hi back to you when they watch
Hello.
it. Okay.
Hi.
Go get your swimsuit on, Sissy. So there are some other options if following the Weight Watchers their app or purchasing membership for their tools. There are some other options like MyFitnessPal, iTrackBites. Those are options that have a lower monthly cost or are free to you. And then when it comes to food, some people say eating healthy is too expensive. And my thought is you can eat healthy on a budget. We'll have to talk about that another day. But you can Aldi, Walmart, you shop the sales. You don't have to always have fresh fruit and vegetables if that's expensive. And you can do other things to bulk up your meat. Maybe you buy a less expensive or a less expensive ground percentage of beef, but you mix in a can of black beans to stretch it out. Or you add, like I do, a ton of vegetables to my mixture. So there are things that you can do and you can still find success on a limited budget. It's too hard. Well, you know what I say to that? You have to choose your hard. You know what was hard for me? It was hard for me to get dressed every morning. It was hard for me to go up the stairs. It was hard for me to get up off the couch. It's hard for me to get down on the floor. It was hard for me to sit on a bench and watch my child's life go by and not feel like I was the active mom and parent I wanted to be. It is hard, but there are other things in life that are harder if I would have chosen to stay where I was. So I don't want to be too hard on you. Too hard. That was our excuse. I don't want to do that. But we have to think about what is hard in life. And is what we're choosing making our life harder than the hard that choosing a healthier life would be? So yeah, it's hard. It's hard to say no to the things you love. It's hard to deny yourself and create new habits. It's hard to get up at sunrise. I didn't do it today. I was glad it was raining because I slept till 7:30. It's hard. It's hard to push yourself. It is. And it's hard to recognize that what you're doing is not working and to say, I have to do something different. Yep. You know, this was an interesting one. I looked up like some excuses that we make that keep us from succeeding in life. So these weren't just applicable to like a health and wellness journey, but really just, hi baby, but really just have fun. Excuses that we just make that keep us from making progress. And one of them I thought was interesting was the fear of what I might become. I thought about this. I've known people, present company included, who possibly used their excess weight as a safety, like a safeguard, like a they hid behind their weight as a means of protection. And not that if you lost weight, you would become something you didn't want to be, but would losing weight put you in a state where you felt more vulnerable than you already were? I didn't know what this side of health and wellness would look like for me. I didn't know that. I dreamt of the woman that I wanted to be when I felt that I was healthy and well. Really, I dreamt of what I'd look like when I was skinny. I didn't really think much about healthy and well. It wasn't until this last weight loss attempt that my focus was more on health and wellness than it was on weight loss. And I think that that's been the key to my success. But fear of what or who you might become. Fear can keep you from making progress. Fear of what other people think of you. Fear of other people's opinions. Fear of relationships changing. Fear of who you might discover you really were meant to be. Or fear of higher expectations of you. I have felt at my higher weight that close family members made allowances for what they expected of me because of the stress my weight put on my physical condition. And so if I lost weight, would more be expected of me, and did I want to live up to that expectation? So, fear, I posted another quote earlier this week. Let me see if I can find it. And it talked about allowing fear to keep you from the potential of something beautiful or wonderful. Let me see if I can pull it up. Fear has kept me from doing a lot of things in my life. Fear or self-doubt, fear of failure, which I'll get to that in a second. My quote was this: taking chances is scary, but there is something that scares me far more than that. And that would be missing out on something truly wonderful because I was scared. So I thought about what are the things that could scare you away from losing weight. One of them could be, if you have a lot of weight, how will I look? Like the loose skin. I talked about that this week too. Don't let the fear of loose skin hold you back from something that is truly wonderful. And that is health and wellness. Fear of failure. Fear of failure. Many of us have made multiple attempts to achieve a level of health and wellness and may have found a level of success for a period of time and then had gained weight back. I thought about that. You know what? I did not want to tell a single person other than my husband, because he was, of course, helping balance the finances at that time. I didn't want to tell anybody that I had joined Weight Watchers for the 5th, 6th time, because I had had multiple times in my life where I had found a measure of success and I let it slip away. Or I lost my focus. I lost my disciplines, and I gained my weight and more back multiple times. And it wasn't just with Weight Watchers, it was with any attempt that I made to lose weight. And so for those of you who have embarked upon another weight loss journey, you may fear that you never make it to your destination. I felt that. What if people look at me and just say, oh, there goes Tamara trying to lose weight again. Oh, let's just wait and see how long it takes her to gain it all back. And maybe those thoughts are what play in your mind, and you tell yourself that. Why you've never maintained it before, why try now? I talked a few weeks ago that the mind can be a very convincing liar. It is true. And if I had listened to all the voices of doubt inside my head, I would not be the woman that I am today, sitting here talking to you guys about these things. I told my husband the other day, I've never gotten anywhere in life by not taking a chance that scared me a little bit. I felt that way about marrying him. I gave up my life, my career in a town I was comfortable in, I was raised in, I was familiar with. I left people I love and followed a man that I loved more, and took a chance on a house that was in so much need of repair. Just so many chances. And you know what? My life with him is one of the most beautiful things I've ever had. But when it comes to the same thing with Charlotte, why are we talking about this? But anyway, I took a chance. I wanted to have a child, and we tried, and I was trying to qualify for bariatric surgery, and I was in my like 5th, 6th month of qualifying. So that month it was like I went through the 6-month qualification period. Now we're going to move on to next steps. And I said, you know what? I've lost some weight. Let's take this chance and try this medication, see if we can conceive. And we took that chance, and I ended up with the most beautiful gift ever. So, but what if it failed? Well, what if it did? It didn't stop me from taking that chance, is what I'm saying. And so the same thing, I had to take a deep breath. The same thing with our health and wellness journey. What if you fail? You know what? To me, the only failure is not trying. That's it. And each time you've tried, you have learned something new about yourself, and you have learned what you need to change the next time you try. So instead of recounting the times you've tried and you feel like you failed, why don't we start counting the times you've gotten back up again and you've tried again? And here you are trying again right now. Because something about your health and wellness journey matters to you. And something inside of you says, this time will be the time that I will succeed. And you will. Because you can. Okay. I think that's where I'm going to stop with the excuses today, because this conversation's gone in a direction I really wasn't planning for. And I don't even know if any of this made sense. But I wanted to talk about it. My goal today was to build on that thought of the excuses and doing things that scare us. And in your health and wellness journey, there are many things about it. Starting can be scary. Incorporating fitness can be scary. Trying a new food that just doesn't sound good can be scary. The changes that your body will go through can be scary. But don't let the things that scare you be the excuses that stop you from finding something truly wonderful. Yeah. Because I will tell you, on this side of weight loss, on this side of fear, where I feel I have conquered much of it, this is my life. Is what I'm experiencing now is something I only dreamt was possible. So the other day I was planting in my flower gardens. I was on my hands and knees, which is still hard on my body because of my carpal tunnel and my bad knees. But I was out there and I thought, I just planted all these flowers today. And Kevin and Charlotte were in our little pool, and this overwhelming sense of joy and happiness and fulfillment in life came over me. That brought me to another quote that I found today. And it says, strength doesn't come from what you can do. It comes from overcoming the things you thought you couldn't. So a few days ago, I said something in a trail talk that when self-doubt tells you you can't, you remind yourself that you are competent, you are capable, and you are courageous. So rally up those 3 C's, throw your excuses to the curb, and remember you've got goals. And go get them. Yeah. So those are my thoughts today. I made a lot of excuses. I still make them. I still struggle with that. They will be a part of our life that we will always battle. But don't let them hold you back from accomplishing something truly wonderful. So thanks for tuning in to this edition of Window Wisdom with Tamara. And remember, you've got goals. Go get them.